Have you ever wondered why a stream never argues with the rock? It doesn't resist, it simply flows, bending around obstacles, singing through resistance. This is the way of the wise, adapting without breaking, moving without losing essence. But what happens when life places a rock in your path that refuses to budge? A relentless, unyielding force like a narcissistic co-parent. How do you move with grace through that? The answer, as the ancient masters teach, is not in fighting the rock, but in finding stillness amidst the chaos, to win without conflict, to move without being moved. A Zen master once whispered to a disciple, "A stream never fights the rock. It flows around it, it sings through resistance." This is the way of the wise, adapting without losing essence, bending without breaking, flowing without fading. The deepest strength does not rise from domination but from stillness within chaos. This teaching holds a powerful mirror for one of the most challenging spiritual tests in life: co-parenting with a narcissist. The narcissist is not just selfish, they are illusionists, masters of bending truth, twisting blame, and reshaping reality to maintain control. They feed on attention, distort words, and deflect responsibility. They draw power from chaos, pulling others into a vortex of confusion and conflict. Yet, when a child's life stands between this chaos, escape is not an option. You must engage, but not in the way they want, not with anger or control, but with the wisdom to stand firm without being dragged into their storm. As Zen teaches, the highest mastery is winning a battle without fighting. Buddhism reminds us that clinging to anger binds the soul tighter than chains. Together, these paths form a lantern, guiding you across the dark forest of co-parenting with a narcissist. As we step into this forest, do not bring fear but a lamp lit by insight. Accept without expecting. The first liberation. A lotus does not demand the mud to become clean. It simply rises above it. In co-parenting, the first suffering often comes not from the narcissist's words, but from the expectation that they will change or see the truth. Expectation is the birthplace of disappointment. A seeker once sat before a monk and confessed, "I keep trying to get my co-parent to see reason. I explain, I plead, I stay calm, yet every effort turns back on me." The monk poured tea until it overflowed. "This is your effort," he said. "Why do you keep pouring?" "Because I want the cup to hold more." The monk smiled. "It never will. It was made that way." Narcissists are cups already full of themselves, their image, their control. Reason is not absent due to ignorance. It is blocked by identity. Acceptance means no longer wasting energy trying to convert the unconvertible. It is spiritual frugality, a way of guarding your peace. You cannot negotiate with the wind. You plant trees, you build walls, you adapt. From this moment forward, stop trying to make the narcissist reasonable. Accept that they will not parent as you do. Accept that peace will not come through them. It must come from within you. Communicate without emotion. This is the art of stone talking. Zen archers train not by aiming at the target but by emptying the mind. The true strike comes when the self disappears. In dealing with narcissistic co-parents, this art must be applied. Speak without self, without the weight of ego. A narcissist feeds on emotional reaction. If your words carry anger, frustration, or moral superiority, they will twist these feelings into weapons. They will provoke, then point at your reaction. They will ignore, then claim you are uncooperative. They will insult, then call you unstable when you respond. Your strategy is not to be silent but to be stone. Communicate in neutral tones. Limit interactions to necessary topics. Use facts, dates, and agreed plans. Avoid opinions, justifications, and scolding. Speak as one drops pebbles into a stream, calm, minimal, detached. This is known in Zen as mu, emptiness with presence. You become untouchable when you no longer give emotional material for the narcissist to manipulate. Imagine a puppet master pulling strings, yet the puppet does not move. That is power, and let your child witness this calm. They will learn through you that the storm does not define the mountain. Protect the child without triangulation. This is the invisible armor. The bodhisattva path is defined by compassion without ego. In co-parenting, it is easy to fall into the trap of becoming the better parent. You may want to explain the truth to the child, to correct lies, to undo the damage of manipulation, but to do so openly creates confusion, often deepening trauma. The narcissist may badmouth you, twist events, but responding with counterattacks only makes your child a battlefield. Instead, adopt the way of the Zen gardener. Do not explain the storm. Teach how to plant trees that can withstand it. Focus on building the child's self-worth, critical thinking, emotional intelligence, and inner peace. If the narcissist shouts, teach your child that silence can hold power. If the narcissist lies, guide your child to feel what truth feels like, not through lectures, but through presence. Set boundaries like bamboo, firm yet flexible. Bamboo survives storms because it bends without breaking. Boundaries are not walls of iron but structures of self-respect. In co-parenting, especially with narcissists, boundaries must be clear, consistent, and calm. This means refusing to engage in personal conversations, only replying to child-related topics, using apps that document communication, and refusing sudden changes outside of agreements. The secret is not just in setting boundaries, but in maintaining them without anger. Let your actions become your explanation, and as we move forward, let us prepare to walk deeper into this forest. Just as bamboo grows by bending, let us learn to stand tall without breaking as we step into the next chapter together, where we will explore the deeper layers of this journey. As we continue this journey, remember, the greatest strength in parenting is not in overcoming others, but in mastering ourselves. Just as the bamboo bends without breaking, we must learn to stand tall without losing our essence. Zen does not ask you to be perfect. It asks you to be present. In your presence, the child finds peace, even if the other parent breathes chaos. Detached from the outcome, the wind cannot be controlled. The Buddha taught that all suffering comes from attachment to people. To outcomes, to identity, the narcissist may still lie. They may still manipulate. They may still twist the truth to fit their narrative. Let go of the desire to be seen as right. Let go of the need to win. Let go of the child choosing sides. Let go of correcting every falsehood. Let go of fairness. Let go of justice. Not because these things are unimportant, but because your peace does not depend on them. Detachment is not apathy, it is clarity. It is the ability to see things as they are without being swayed by the storm around you. You do your part with integrity, wisdom, and consistency, then release the rest. This is the secret to surviving co-parenting with a narcissist. The more you try to control their behavior, the deeper you sink into their reality. But when you rise into your own path, untouched by their gains, the illusion fades. Even a tiger cannot chase a bird that soars above. Find freedom within duty. Become the enlightened parent. A Zen master once told his students, "You may walk in a prison, but the bars only exist if your mind believes in them." Many believe that co-parenting with a narcissist means being bound forever to pain. But this is only true if you see parenting as a contract with the narcissist. It is not. You do not co-parent with the narcissist. You parent for the child. Your duty is not shared. It is sacred. See your role as a monk's vow. The presence of difficulty does not taint your honor. It magnifies it. You walk this path not because the other parent deserves it, but because the child needs it. You become a warrior not of conflict, but of compassion, a guardian not through rage, but through radiance, a teacher not of pain, but of peace. In the end, the child will remember not what the narcissist said, but how you made him feel safe, and your life will bloom, not despite the narcissist, but because you discovered strength you never knew existed. You did not become bitter. You became boundless. The unseen victory. This is not an easy path. It is not a path of applause or awards. It is a silent walk, like the Buddha under the Bodhi tree, tempted by illusion, disturbed by demons, yet unmoved. Your victory is not in the court, not in the conversation, not even in the child's future praise. Your victory is in this moment where you choose calm over chaos, boundaries over begging, healing over harming, presence over pain. The narcissist may never change, but you do, and in that transformation lies the deepest teaching of Zen and Buddhism. Freedom is not found in changing the world. It is found in mastering your mind, the mirror of the path. A narcissist does not walk the path of awakening. They walk the path of control. But the child watches, the child senses, the child absorbs, and what they absorb more than any word or warning is your energy. You may wonder, is it worth it? You may carry wounds that bleed in silence. But remember, the moon never competes with the sun. It simply reflects its light at a different time. Your consistency, your peace is not wasted. It becomes the rhythm the child feels in their nervous system when storms come. It becomes the whisper in their thoughts when they are unsure who to believe. It becomes the clarity that says, "I know what love feels like because I've seen it in silence." Zen does not teach with noise. It teaches with presence. You become that teaching. The narcissist may win moments. You win legacy, freedom from reaction. As you walk this path, your healing deepens. You begin to feel less controlled by their games. Their silence no longer panics you. Their insults no longer ignite you. Their praise no longer seduces you. You see through it all. This is the greatest power, not in how you parent, but in how you stop reacting. Reaction means they still control the puppet, still hold the remote to your emotions. But when you no longer twist, flinch, or explain, you have taken your power back without needing to fight. And this teaches the child more than any lecture ever could. The child's quiet gratitude. One day the child will grow. They will feel the difference between performance and presence, between love and manipulation, between fear and freedom. They will not need to be told what happened. They will remember how they felt in each house. They will return to the one where their spirit felt unjudged. Children do not always remember what was said, but they never forget how you made him feel. Your peace is your message. You did not fail if the child struggles. Do not blame yourself if the narcissist poisons their mind. Do not despair. The seeds you planted are not gone. They are silent, but they are growing. They may awaken years later in a quiet moment, in a tearful realization, in their own parenting. Buddhism teaches, no seed planted with compassion is ever lost. You are not just parenting a child, you are parenting a soul. Even if the narcissist hides the sun, you become the soil, the water, and the quiet warmth from within. As you walk, your suffering turns into insight. You become the storm walker. You understand now this journey was not about managing the narcissist. It was about mastering yourself. And that is the highest teaching of all. You stop fighting. You stop pleading. You stop explaining. You live the lesson. You do not raise your voice. You raise your vibration. You do not prove your worth. You walk as if it cannot be questioned. You do not fear the future. You embody the present. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you found this message meaningful, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Let me know in the comments what resonated with you the most or what you'd like to see next. Until next time, walk with peace and stay strong.